To start working with Arduino Nano, you need to first search for Arduino, and you can find Arduino homepage on the search browser. By clicking on that, you can find the hardware menu. When you go there, you can find Arduino Nano. You can click on that, and on the next page you can order your Arduino on the right side, and you can get more information about this board on this page. And on the tech spec you can find the information about this board. You can find that the microcontroller that is used in this board is Atmega 328, and it's a AVR family microcontrollers. It has 32 kilobytes of flash, and it works on 5 voltage. It has 16 megahertz crystal on it. It has 8 analog pins. And it has 22 digital I/O pins, which are working on 14 milliampere, and it has 6 PWM output pins. And you can find a diagram of the board that we can explain more about it in the next tutorials. To get the Arduino software, you can search for Arduino software on the Google web page, or if you want to go directly from where you are in the Arduino's web page, you can click on Arduino CC on top of the page and click on the software menu, and then you can get the version of software that is compatible with your. By clicking on just download, an pop-up window will show up that you can choose where you want to save the software setup, and you need to wait to download be completed. After the download is completed, you need to go to the where you choose to save your software and run the executed program, and follow the steps to install the software. And you need to wait a few minutes to installation be completed. After you install the software, you need to prepare your hardware. For that, you first for this project you just need a Arduino Nano header board, and you need a USB to USB-B cable. I use a breadboard to my board on it. You don't need a breadboard for this project, but I recommend you to use a breadboard to follow the other tutorials. You need to connect the USB-B part of the cable to the Arduino Nano socket. And USB to the USB port of your laptop or your computer. Then you can run the Arduino program by searching it on the window, the start menu bar. There are a few preparations that you need to do before you start your first project. And you need to click on the tools menu, and under the board you need to choose Arduino Nano. Then you need to click on tools menu again, and under the precision part you need to choose which of the microcontroller you are going to program. There you have three options: 80 mega 328P and 80 mega 328P old bootloader and 80 mega 168. I'm using an old header board, so I am choosing 80 mega 328P old bootloader. But if you purchase a new version of the Arduino Nano board, you probably need to choose the first option. Then you need to click on the tools menu again and choose what port you are going to use. If it shows you just one option, but one serial port, you have to choose that. But if you have, like me, you have several serial port, you need to first on the start menu search for device manager, and in the device manager seek for ports COM and LPT. Under this option you can find USB to serial CH340, that it's probably your serial port that you are going to use to program your board. To make sure that it's the correct port, you can unplug the USB port that is connected to the Arduino Nano board and then plug it again. When you unplug the cable, this option will be disappear, and after you connect it again, it will appear again. As you can see in my machine, it shows that it used COM22. So I'm go back to the program under the tools menu, port option. I'm going to use COM22 to program my Arduino board. There isn't anything on this program, it's just an empty program, but after we putting this program on the board, we can make sure that everything works fine. For that, you just need to click on the upload button. It will compile your code and upload it on the board. As you can see, in the bottom of this window, it has no error, so it means that everything works fine. But if your Windows color turn to red, it means that you have some error in your maybe your setting, and you need to change the setting. And for the LED blinking, and for that we need to write pin mode and the number of pin, that is number 13, and we need to pass the configuration that we want it to be an output pin. Digital write pin number 13, set it to high, wait for a couple of moments, and then set it to low again, and wait for a couple of moments again. And you can upload the code by clicking on the upload button, and you need to save button. And after it compiles the code will be uploaded on the board. And you can see that the LED is blinking on 1 second. It's better to define the values that you are going to work on as a variable, and not just writing the values by itself. For example, for the LED's pin number, you can define a variable with the name LED pin and assign the value 13 to it. And you can define a value for the delay, like delay time, that assign the value like 1,000 or 500 to it. And then in the code, you, instead of writing the values, you can write the variable. It doesn't change the impact of the code, but it makes your code to be more useful, and for the next time that you want to change your code, it makes it easier for you to just change variables. And when you want to define some variable that you don't want to change them in your code, it's better to define them as a constant variable. So the compiler don't consider them as a variable, so it doesn't occupy any space on your memory. And it's better to put some comment on your line of code. So next time when you want to make some changes on your code, it make it easier for you to find the line of code that you are going to change. You can find the important link on the description. And in the next week, next time I will talk about the LED patterns project with Arduino Nano. Thank you.